All right, so Rudy Giuliani is fined $148 million he has to pay for the Georgia electors case. That is an insane number, folks. Trump receives backlash for calling migrants savages. No, wait, that was the president of the NAACP that called migrants savages. Sorry about that. I get Trump and the NAACP president mixed up all the time. Donald Trump Jr. says he's leaving the country if Biden gets elected. Oh, wait. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Hunter Biden is leaving the country if Trump gets elected. I get Biden and Trump mixed up all the time. It's crazy out here, folks. What's up, everybody? How the hell is your day going? I hope you're having a pretty good day. Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. You know it. You love it. We cover political news. We cover stuff you're not going to hear about in the mainstream. We are a counter-propaganda narrative machine, I guess. I'm going with that because why the hell not? We try to destroy the mainstream's narrative with logic. That's what we try to do. So if you want to keep up to date with political news, stuff that's going on in the government, stuff that we should probably know about, this is the place to be. Smash that subscribe button for me. Turn on your notifications if you want to. I know I can't stand those damn notifications myself, but yeah, I focus a lot of my efforts on YouTube on news, things that pertain to news, political stuff, so I can keep up to date, so I can keep you guys up to date. But like I said, if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button for me. It'd be a big favor. It would help me out and help spread the word about the channel. Share this video with anybody and everybody. It would also be a very big help, and I would be greatly appreciative if you would also smash that like button for me. That is a big deal right there. It's a lot more help than you might think it would be. But let's go ahead and get into some news for today. Alright, so right quick, I'm going to cover kind of an entertaining story, if you will. This has to do with Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, the two people that pled guilty, that took a plea deal in the Georgia election case. When they done that, a lot of people were like, they betrayed Trump and all this other stuff. Yeah, you can look at it like that. Yeah, sure, the machine is coming down on them and they broke under the pressure. You know, whatever. Can I blame them for doing that? Yeah, you know, they're not having the courage to stand up to the machine. I'm on the fence, I'll put it that way. But check this out, though, y'all. Apology letters by Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro in Georgia election case are one sentence long, basically mocking the whole process. Watch this. This ain't the main story, by the way. I'm going to cover something different, but I just wanted to get this out there right quick because I find it hilarious. The apology letters that Donald Trump allied lawyers Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro were required to write as a condition of their plea deals in the Georgia election interference case are just one sentence long. The letters obtained Thursday by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution through an open records request were handwritten and terse. Neither letter acknowledges the legitimacy of Democrat Joe Biden's win in the Georgia 2020 election, nor denounces the baseless conspiracy theories they pushed to claim Trump was cheated out of victory through fraud. Now, we've gone over that fraud narrative, and there was definitely some fraud. There's always some fraud. Was it enough? You know, kind of define fraud. Because if you mean by people filling out just a bunch of different ballots and signing different people's names to them to vote, there may have been some of that. If you mean fraud by the election officials changing the election laws without the proper authorization of the state legislature, then there was a lot of fraud. But I apologize for my actions and connections with the event in Coffee County, Powell wrote in a letter dated October 16th, the same day she pled guilty to 6 misdemeanors, accusing her of conspiring to intentionally interfere with the performance of election duties. That's an odd one, right? I apologize to the citizens of the state of Georgia and of Fulton County for my involvement in count 15 of the indictment. Chesbrough wrote in a letter dated October 20th when he appeared in court to plead guilty to one felony charge of conspiracy to commit filing false documents. That's all I'm going to cover on this. I just thought that shit was freaking hilarious, and I wanted to get it out there. Because they're pretty much just mocking the whole process. Because it's a bunch of BS. You know what their election interference was? Yeah, the election officials in Georgia called them to Georgia, to Fulton County specifically, to go look at some machines that were faulty and look at some ballots that, there was some question around, there was some fraud. So, yeah, that's a giant conspiracy to overturn the election, apparently, according to Fannie Willis. It's a bunch of dumb shit. Of course, there's a little bit more to the case than that, but that's the bulk of the case, and that's where the RICO charge comes in, because there was cross state lines. Because they were not from Georgia. It's a bunch of crap. But, alright, so let's get into some real news here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm only covering this because it covers a couple of different stories that I've covered in the past. So, I kind of want to get all this out there to kind of bring an end to those stories, I guess. Check this out, y'all. GOP senator says Biden can't be impeached for pre-presidential actions. Something I've been saying all along. Sure, I would love to impeach Biden. He is doing a very terrible job, or I should say he's doing a great job of destroying America from the inside out. He is ripping this country apart. The great unifier, the adults are back, and he has shown nothing but contempt for the American people. He has shown nothing but contempt for the rule of law. He's shown nothing but contempt for democracy. He is undermining everything we do, destroying the border, destroying our pocketbooks. I'm not going to get into all that. Let's get into the story, y'all. Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin, who I kind of liked him, but here we go. He is spitting facts here. So I'll give him that. This, like I said, this kind of justifies what I've been saying all along. Can they really impeach Biden? Don't think they're going to be able to. They're not going to get a conviction, that's for damn sure. But can you get enough Republicans to agree to what they're trying to impeach Biden for? There's other impeachable offenses, in my opinion, but they don't seem to want to go that route. Let's go. Senator Markwayne Mullin is warning House Republicans that President Biden could not be impeached and removed from office for any conduct or crimes committed before he was elected president in 2020. Mullin's statement in an interview with Newsmax pours cold water on a House GOP investigation into Biden's family business dealings, particularly Hunter Biden's work with foreign companies while Biden was vice president during the Obama administration and immediately after, when he was just a regular old citizen. He warned that any high crime or misdemeanor that may serve as the basis for articles of impeachment has to be committed while he was in office, the current office he holds. That's right. Like I said, that's something I've been saying for a while now. Can we really impeach Biden on something he done when he was just a plain old citizen or when he was vice president? I believe, don't quote this show is always off the top of my head, no script at all, so take this with a grain of salt. But I believe he can be impeached, because they tried to do it to Trump. He can be impeached from his vice president office. I do believe they can do that. What purpose is that going to serve? Sully his reputation. His reputation is already jacked, in my opinion, so, good luck. So what he did as vice president, what he did in between the two offices, may not be impeachable, he said during an interview on Newsmax's Wake Up America. By the way, I want to give credit to Newsmax for that. Wake Up America. I'm sure it's a morning show, right? So, Wake Up America. But, wake up, America! Look what these people are doing to you. Pretty good message there, buddy. If they send us a case, make sure it's convictable, Mullin advised. The bar's real high. There's no question about it. Many Senate Republicans, including Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell, who really needs to go, voted to acquit former President Trump on the impeachment charge of inciting an insurrection against the United States on January 6, 2021. On the technical grounds that he was no longer in office once the Senate tried him in February of that year. Sorry, I got a brain fart there for a second and could not talk. I do apologize. That does happen to me. I'm an average, everyday idiot, so what can you do? And I still don't know how to read, but, we'll leave that to debate in the comment section, whether I know how to read or not. Mullen made his statement 2 days after the House voted along party lines 221 to 212 to approve a resolution authorizing a formal impeachment inquiry of Biden and whether he benefited improperly from his son Hunter's business dealings with foreign entities. So, now we know the conclusion of the impeachment inquiry. I made a promise to you guys that I would follow up on that and see what happened with that. So, apparently, every single Republican voted for an impeachment inquiry. And this isn't an impeachment. It's just an inquiry. It opens up investigative powers for the House Oversight Committee to dig a little bit further into the Biden crime family, essentially. This is going to give them more subpoena power. Anybody that defies those subpoenas can be compelled to cooperate through the FBI and the DOJ. So this will give investigators some more tools in their box to use against Biden. Now, like I said, what good is this going to do if you can't impeach the guy, if you can't convict him? That's the same thing I said about when they were trying to impeach Donald Trump. You'll never get a conviction because they're impeaching him on nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Both impeachments were complete bullshit. Biden has done 15 to 20 different things that, using that logic, we could impeach Biden for. The border. What they're trying to impeach him for now, that's just 2 right there. How about his State of the Union address, where he pretty much called half of the damn country extremist, threat to democracy? Hunter Biden declared in a Defiance news conference outside the Capitol Wednesday morning that his father was not financially involved in his business. Now, we know this to be bullshit. We know Joe Biden was involved, right? There is lots of evidence for this. I'm getting tired of people saying, oh, where's the evidence? Well, the evidence is there. There's no proof. But the evidence is definitely there that Joe Biden was involved. Just look at the Ukraine situation. Hunter Biden calls his dad. 2 days later, dad flies to Ukraine. Gets the prosecutor fired.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch.
He said his father was not involved in his work as a practicing lawyer. Bullshit! As a board member of Ukrainian energy company Burisma, or in his partnership with a Chinese private businessman, the CEFC stuff. Which, that, you can deny that all you want, Joe. But when you look at the evidence, right? Hunter Biden's company receives X million dollars from CEFC. 2 days later, Joe Biden gets a check for $140,000 from James Biden. Loan repayment. Couple of months down the road, Hunter Biden gets another large lump sum of millions of dollars. Exactly 2 days later, Joe Biden gets another check for $125,000 for a loan repayment. It's all just smoke and mirrors, man. Like I said, these people are not idiots. They're going to be able to cover their tracks well. We can all see and infer that that's what it was. But when somebody actually says, can you prove that money went to him? No, of course you can't prove it. But come on now, we're not freaking idiots. We can see the writing on the wall. But that's where we're at with this. And until James Comer and the Oversight Committee finds a direct link, there's not much they can do. Even when they do find that direct link, which they kind of did. However, it's only like $4,000 or something like that from Owasco directly to Joe Biden. I think it was like $1,300 or $1,400 payments over a 3-month period. Not much money at all, but that is a direct connection from Hunter Biden's business. It went directly from the business to Joe Biden's personal account. Yeah, that is a connection right there. And that also proves that every time Joe Biden says he's not involved with his son's business dealings, now we know that is a blatant lie. We knew it was a lie before, but we couldn't prove it. Now we can prove it. A timeline of what House GOP investigators call the Biden's influence peddling focuses on events that took place between 2014 and 2017 while Joe Biden was vice president and shortly after he left that office. Other Republican senators, including Senate Republican Whip John Thune and Senator John Cornyn, a member of the leadership team, have warned House investigators that there's little to no chance of convicting Biden in a Democratic-controlled Senate. He's correct. Hardly any at all. Convicting Biden and removing him from office would require 67 votes, which means at least 18 Democrats would have to vote for conviction to produce a result. Otherwise, the impeachment process up till that point is just for show. It's just a political stunt. So there you go. Both Trump impeachments were nothing but political stunt. Nothing but political stunt. The January 6th committee was nothing but a political stunt. It was all bullshit. Hey, look, I happen to like Trump. If you don't like Trump, leave a comment down below. I happen to like Trump. I understand, though, that Trump has many, many flaws, and he may not be the best person for the job, right? But he's way better than Joe Biden, way better than any Democrat. Way better than most of the Republicans that are in the presidential race right now. There's only one other Republican I would prefer over Trump. It's Vivek Ramaswamy. This guy's young, he's sharp, he knows what he's doing, he spits nothing but facts, and he would do this country right. But Trump's in the race. Trump has a very, very large base that follow him religiously, almost. You could say it's almost religiously, it's cult-like. That's why people say Trumpers are cult members. And there's an argument there for that. There are a lot of people that show cult-like tendencies towards Trump. However, when you look at the left and the progressive movement, that is the broad definition of a cult. And there are a lot more of those people than there are cult Trumpers. I can promise you that. The extreme left, they have just taken the Democratic Party and the left in general and just freaking just gone crazy left with it. Past Mao, past Marx. They are just into unknown territory at this point, and they have gone completely insane, and they are trying to drag this entire country with them. So yes, I'm gonna vote for Trump. You're damned right I am. I like our country. I like how things are, or how things used to be when this country was ran kind of properly. When this country, we could have open and honest discourse, work out our problems, our political differences without getting canceled or being called a racist or fascist or anything else. I like that. I like being able to debate somebody and say, hey, let's work out our ideas here. And whoever has the best idea wins. These days, you start throwing facts at some of these leftoids, and they just start calling you names. It's like, what? What do you mean? They just start throwing this backward, stupid logic at you that makes absolutely no sense. And these people are nut jobs, I'm telling you. So yes, I'm going to vote for Trump. Let me know down in the comments who you're going to vote for. And that's all I got for this one. That is all I got for this one. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you think about these stories, about the letters, the bullshit letters to Fulton County, to Fani Willis. And let me know what you think about impeaching Joe Biden. You know, is it right, morally right, to impeach him, to try to run an impeachment on somebody for something they did when they were not president, when they were not in any political office whatsoever, when they were a vice president, their previous office? They're not there anymore. Is that something right? Can they really do that? Get away with it? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I'd love to hear from you. Thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to be positive and have a good day. Peace.